It's 5:38 on a Monday morning. You're monitoring the potential storm threat for tomorrow.
That's right. We're looking live in Dublin this morning. One of the spots that is now in a level 3 risk for severe storms across central Georgia. So certainly looking at an active period tomorrow morning, and that gets started later on tonight across central Georgia. Let's time it all out. You're looking live there in Lawrence County. It's in the mid-30s outside. You're going, Alex, what storms? How do we get storms with temperatures like this? Well, we're going to be in store for a big change over the course of the next 24 hours. 31 right now in Gray, 32 in Milledgeville, 32 in Macon, 34 to get your morning started down in Warner Robins. Let's get straight to it. Here's what I'm talking about. A level 3 severe weather threat from Taylor and Macon counties through Peach and Houston over towards Twiggs, Wilkinson, far southeastern Baldwin County into southern Hancock County, and then points southward. So this includes Perry, Montezuma, over towards Hawkinsville, Cochran, Dublin, Wrightsville, Sandersville, Irwinton, Soperton, McRae, Eastman, Abbeville, all in this level 3. Now, that's not to say to the north we're not going to have severe weather. It's just a level 2 in place from Putnam County and parts of Hancock back down through Baldwin, Jones, Bibb, and Monroe included in this level 2, and then over towards Crawford, Upson, and the northern parts of Taylor County across all of central Georgia. Damaging winds going to be a possibility, but then also watching the threat of tornadoes here in the Peach State. Now, let's talk more specifically about that tornado threat. You can see, relatively speaking, we're on the low end of the scale here, right? We got the browns and the yellows across central Georgia, but what I want to point out to you is that the focal point for the tornado risk tomorrow is going to primarily be in South and North Carolina, but then with another focal point down in southwestern Georgia and the Florida Panhandle. That's not to say we can't see anything here. Obviously, we have this risk in place, but this black outline here with those moving dashed lines indicate that the Storm Prediction Center is expecting potentially strong tornadoes tomorrow in that area. So going to be watching all this closely to see if that area shifts as we work our way here through the day today, but then into tomorrow morning as well. So let's talk about today. Temperatures on the cool side of things, mid-40s by the noon hour. We'll get into the 50s briefly this afternoon with some sun, but then after sunset tonight, here comes the leading edge of the rainfall. I want to caution you, this is not the main event across central Georgia. That's going to begin to move in as we get closer to the midnight hour, maybe a couple storms embedded within that as well. Then we get into the overnight hours and really enter a lull across central Georgia. Here we go into about 7 a.m. tomorrow morning, watching these storms out ahead of the main line there, and then it's going to take from about 7 a.m. into the afternoon for this line to move across central Georgia, crossing Interstate 75, 9, 10 o'clock through Macon and Warner Robins, and then by 11 o'clock getting its way towards Dublin before exiting around 1 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. So let's talk timeline on this in terms of the threats. By 5 a.m., going to be looking at that tornado threat and damaging wind threat picking up. Generally speaking, I expect damaging winds to be the primary driver of our severe weather threat tomorrow with this main line from about 7 a.m. to about 1 p.m. Embedded within that main line is going to be this increased tornado risk as well. So we're going to be watching it all here through the morning hours. So what you need to know is that damaging winds and tornadoes going to be in play for tomorrow morning. And regardless of the storms, winds are still going to be on the strong side outside of the thunderstorms even after they move through, upwards of 30 to 40 miles an hour. In fact, just moments ago, the National Weather Service issued a wind advisory for that. And I would say to have a way to receive weather alerts through the overnight hours tonight, and sirens do not count because they are not designed to be heard inside. So here we go with a 70% chance of rain later on tonight after sunset, followed by a 100% chance of storms tomorrow in this level 3 threat. Getting into the rest of the week, looking at a mix of sun and clouds for Wednesday and Thursday before more storms on Friday, although those storms not expected to be as strong as what we're expecting tomorrow.